should be good. So, again, I'm going to be doing this. We have to keep this kind of quiet because it's still relatively. I didn't sleep last night. I just woke up, but it's like 1:45 in the morning. I got to be a little bit quiet because sorry, I'm still sleeping. So I just decided to just switch this up because fresh was done. So this video will probably be out later today. I just need to make sure I go over everything and review it and we should be go. So let's not dilly dally because I do need to keep it quiet. So let's rock and roll. Where did I leave off? As mentioned, we're pretty much about to wrap this up. So, I'll probably have this done by later today. It's about to be 5 o'clock, so maybe around 6 p.m. I'll release this. We'll see. Especially this just for myself. I'm gonna be switching some things up later and actually my be ready. Well, my own review actually. Yeah, I think that's that's um. I'm just thinking real quick how I want to actually end this. I'll message you later. want to use, but I don't know. It's a pretty lengthy. All right, give me a second. Let me write this down quick. It's always good to keep notes just in case something stupid happens. I never stream this early, but it's been just too hot. It's been not. Interesting. Yeah, I guess that'll work. I have to be very specific with the way I do this. What the fuck? Okay, so we can do this. There's a couple things I'm actually gonna remove, but that's fine. We'll keep this. I'm gonna be cringe. I'm gonna be cringy as fuck here. comic so far. Honestly, we don't need this section. We can get rid of this. But that's how we know it's just hot as fuck here. Last hurry up. Very descriptive right now, but that's fine. Yeah, I'm being very descriptive here. It is 5 o'clock in the morning. Why the hell am I up right now? Go with Edgar Allan Poe here. Yeah, I think I can actually go with Edgar Allan Poe. It's a pretty straightforward quote. I can't remember it like I actually remember it like word for word. It's actually a really good quote. Uh I read too much when I was a kid. Most terrifying. Terrifying. Honestly, the way this is right now, I think we actually start wrapping this up. Hmm. I'll probably need to add like a little transitionary sentence over here, but we should be fine for the most part. Okay. All right. So a good thing about Tight Moon is it forces you into a situation where you have to think outside of the box. Don't go off of the clear cut answer. Always think. There's always a different answer to everything. So what Tsukihime does good is they show us that horror isn't just external. It can be internal as well. In Tohno's case, he's dealing with internal trauma with regards to Nane. It's a mental. Oh, realization that we can become that pretty much. Okay, so a funny thing with Tohno is he's whenever he has his episodes, he becomes in denial very quickly. Like later on, obviously he knows what's going on, but he denies everything that he sees. Like especially when he had the visions of him killing our Quake. Well, killing. Okay, Let's put it like this. Remember the pairs. This again comes down to repression as well. Again, this ties into the fact that if the Tohno family massacre didn't happen, Nanaya family massacre didn't happen, Tohno would have became Nanaya at the end of the day. So he's a victim of circumstance. Like a lot of people in Type Moon, specifically Tsukihime, Melty, they're victims of circumstances. Tohno himself, Shion, Arquade, pretty much everybody's a victim of circumstance. So again, if his clan didn't get massacred, he would have became Nanaya. So we can do it like this. Nanaya is not fiction. He is the reflection. He is the reflection. He is the reflection. What? Tohno never, I don't know. I'm thinking of writing something, but it's like it's a funny situation because even though he was technically never allowed to be this, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Okay, so tragedy. It's the knowledge that he didn't have a choice in becoming what he became. Yeah. Sure, it's for the greater good because obviously Nadia's a Chad, but he just never had a choice because of again, a victim of circumstance like everybody else. Him and Shion definitely just had it so rough. More so him. Jesus. It's the knowledge. It's the knowledge that he never. Let's end this off in a powerful question as usual. I like putting my narratives with a good question. So, God's sakes, don't start your sentences because I just do it just because. Yeah. In the end, if survival means becoming something else, then who's it that dies? That's it's fun because I was playing Akadenza earlier, and then is like I'm totally fine with being like dead right now. I was actually getting used to the worst of being dead, and who brought me here? Because in the end, for survival means becoming something, something else. Okay. All right. I'm at 5 pages with this, so let's just make sure we covered all the bases before this. Okay. It's a pretty lengthy introduction, but it's fine. All right, so we have the definition of alter ego. Remember, alter ego is the other I in Latin. So a good example of an alter ego would be Jekyll and Hyde, or to make it a lot easier, Bruce Wayne and Batman. And we had to make sure of the clear distinction that Nanaya should not ever be even classified with like fate. Like no, like he's the original self. He's not a corrupted version of Tohno. He's not the common definition of an altered character. Like he's just a repressed persona. So he is not an alter. So we had to make sure we that was a clear distinction. In Fate, alter characters are corrupted alternative versions, often darker, born from interference or machinations of the Holy Grail. But Nanaya is not a alter. He's not a corrupted Tohno. He is him, just the version that was never allowed to live. It's pretty self-explanatory. But we definitely have to make sure that we clarify that. Let's see. Again, it actually helps that I have a psychologist buddy, so I usually go to him just to fact check me in a lot of things. I do my own extensive research on the human brain. Like a lot of my narratives actually do focus on the brain aspect of it. So Nanaya isn't another. He is the suppressed origin, a self that was buried deep within a boy who suffered through numerous traumatic events. From a psychological standpoint, this resembles dissociative identity or complex trauma based on fragmentation. At the end of the day, this is fragmentation. Children raised in violence or isolation often create roles to cope, personalities that carry pain so the conscious self can function. So, in a sense, this is a defense mechanism. So, Tohno being a good example. He's a textbook example. The kind boy, the polite student, the safe persona that keeps the Nanaya instincts in check. All right. We went over the massacre. Fortunately, we have to do it this way. All right. So I always mispronunciate Akia's dad's name, so I'm just going to refer to him as Akia's father. Okay. And again, he, being a victim of circumstance as usual, he's like so lucky he shared the name as shared the same name as that Shiki, all caps Shiki, Akia's true brother Shiki. That I didn't go into detail about him, but yeah, Tohno definitely was very lucky in this situation. But he was brought into the family not out of pity, just as mockery. Okay. Okay, we covered the incidents. Shiki tried to kill Akia. Tohno took the blow, got mortally wounded. Akia gave him a gift. I didn't want to go into detail about it. That's probably another video. So we just kept it a little bit we kept it vague, but Akia did save it in a sense, but he ended up getting Mr. Guy's Death Perception, which we mentioned. Da, 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 da. I already went into detail about Alco in her own video, but we mentioned Alco. We mentioned how she tactically acquired the glasses from Toko. Tactically acquired is a term we use a lot in the military. It's just when you just steal shit from somebody else, and obviously she just stole from Toko. And again, the glasses aren't a direct cure for Mysticizing Death Perception. They mitigate it. So Tohno sees like right now I'm not wearing my reading glasses because I'm old as fuck. Tohno will see the dots and the lines everywhere, and wearing the glasses mitigates it. But takes them off, still active. And obviously the mental strain from it, because if you see Kara no Kyokai, Ryogi tried to gouge out her eyes when she woke up from her coma. So just seeing the lines and the points were just the mental strain on him. So in a sense, it did help him. But we did have to mention Alko staying true to character just leaves as usual. But she did instill in him the fact that everything around him is living. So when he effectively cuts something with his eyes, he's effectively killing it. Because remember, he did cut that tree just to show Alko, and she smacked the shit out of him. So we mentioned that he went to go live with Miyako's family, which is a branch family of the Tohno family, with little to no demonic blood flowing through them. Yada yada yada. But he would remain there for an extended period and would adopt persona that we know. Yeah, there we go. I forgot to mention that in Blade. I didn't really need to go into that much detail about this, but so yeah, Akia. Oh god, yeah, I wrote that. Fuck, I didn't write that. So after Akia's dad dies, she inherits the family. She inherits the burden of the Tohno family, becoming its leader. I don't need to put that much. She took everybody out of the mansion besides Hisui and Kawaku. She summons Tohno back into the Tohno Manor. She does this for multiple reasons, including longing for him. Like, I can't believe I actually wrote that, but that's part of the reason. But the main one is to bring him back into her life and to keep an eye on him. And he stays in the Tohno Manor throughout every arc, including like Tsukihime and Melty Blood. Yeah, we mentioned that. Big time, we gotta mention what happened with Arcquaid. So one of the most brutal moments of this occurring was with the encounter with Arcquaid Boonstud and Tsukihime. Under immense psychological pressure, Tohno's instincts flare upon seeing Arcquaid. Thanks to the mystic eyes of depth perception, allow him to see the lines and points associated Arcquaid's life. But this vision also triggers the dormant Nanaya persona to awaken. At this moment, Nanaya takes over and attempts to kill Arcquaid. He is successful in dismembering her into numerous pieces. While not outright killing her, he is successful in effectively immobilizing her for a period, which forced her to painfully put herself back together again, thus piquing her interest because someone was able to catch her off guard and physically harm her. She was pretty pissed, very, very pissed off, but the pain subsided and she became a little bit, as she put herself together, she became a little bit more interested in who put her together. But yeah, she was really pissed off. So he's kind of lucky she actually calmed down when she was putting herself together. So we gotta mention Nero. Again, just for peace of mind, I wrote it, but it's just gonna be Nero. Like this, I know I was gonna misspell it eventually. So the thing with Nero, Tohno was gonna lose the fight. He was it was eventually gonna happen just because of Nero's gimmick of him having to kill all the beasts in order for him to effectively be destroyed, which Tohno was not gonna be able to do it. Like where there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like Tohno was kind of screwed there. So Nanaya takes over and was able to destroy all of Nero's creatures and Nero himself. Okay, we had to mention Melty Blood because Melty was funny just because again Tatsuri slash Wallachia is a rumor, and there was a rumor going around of a of a killer in the streets, and it manifested into Nane. So we have to make sure of the distinction that yes, not Nania is given form via Tatsuri, but he's still dormant within Tohno. So if you kill Tatsuri Nanaya, he's still going to be around in Tohno. Like you have to kill Tohno to kill Nanaya, which is not going to be easy because they'll just like randomly just take over and like, all right, fuck it, fuck no, I am not dying. That's my little headcanon right there. That's usually the case with that trope. You can't allow the host to die because that you die. But in his case, it's kind of weird because he's perfectly fine with being dead according to academia. So Tatsuri Nanaya is unique. He's not merely a split personality or a psychological state, but an independent entity. Importantly, Nanya's destruction or defeat doesn't eradicate the dormant Nanya within Tohno. We have to clarify that. Instead, it represents a temporary externalization of that repressed identity, a way for the internal conflict to manifest visibly, but not permanently. So it's just a way for him just to be here, just to interact with people in it. So he's able to interact with other characters on his own terms. He's walking the world as a separate entity with his own agency. So he's able to interact with people. And the biggest ones I've mentioned, besides, I'm not going to mention White. That's a rabbit hole I'm not trying to get into right now. But he does have an interaction with her. So obviously, notable interactions with Tohno, they don't directly interact with each other via story mode, but they do share one quotes with each other. Koma is a big one because Nanya holds interest and resentments towards Koma. More so, he wants to fight and kill him, loosely for the destruction of his plan, but more out of personal interest. He just wants to fight Koma and just like kill him. Koma is seen as both an enemy for Tohno and Nanya, but more so Nanya because Roa is to Tohno as Koma is to Nanya, pretty much. Vyakia is funny because while Akia views Tohno as her brother, she doesn't share the same opinion for Nanya. She will refer to him as Shiki, not as Nissan, even though Nanya is Tohno in a sense. In her Vermilion form, Akia is more bloodlusted and somewhat deranged, while in this form she outright states she will kill him, and it would satisfy her to do so. To which Nanya is like, alright, cool. Nah, I'm fine with this. Okay, so again, I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna edit this again. I'm gonna reread this whole thing over just to make sure I'm good to go. But I think we covered all the bases. This video should be out later today. It's currently 5:30 in the morning. So by 6 p.m. later, this should be done. So this has been good. This has been a good video. Be on the lookout for my next Tsukihime / Titan / Fate video. Probably soon. All right, take care. I'll see you people later. Bye-bye. Have a good one.